There we go. Welcome, everybody, to our 2-hour workshop on opening and expanding and healing the heart. I'm so excited to be here with you. This is a recording. You'll have access to the recording. I'll send it out through email, but this is it's a private class. It's done based on donations. And it's one of the ways that we put food on our table. So we do appreciate your donations for this class. The class will be emailed out to those of you who participated and those of you who reached out ahead of time to grab the replay. So just so that you know, this is not going to be put on my open channel on YouTube. It'll be a private class. All right, well, let's get down into the nitty-gritty of this. There's a lot to cover. And I just feel like there was so much to talk about last class. So when I send out the replay to you guys, I'm also going to send the replay from our class last Tuesday, because I feel like that was a good precursor to that. If you have comments, if you have questions, if you have things that you want to interject, please feel free to unmute your camera and your microphone and share with us stuff that's going on with you. We are going to do a lot of hands-on stuff today, lots of healing today. Before we get into that, I do want to talk just a little bit, very briefly, about the heart center. And I feel like, on the planet right now, we live in a time where we're seeing all these massive contrasts in the world. On the one hand, we're seeing lots of love and spiritual awakening and people becoming more spiritually centered and people really learning to access bigger levels of themselves and their hearts and their souls. And that's awesome. But on the other hand, we're also seeing a lot more toxicity and pain and suffering. And so there's these big, deep contrasts that we're seeing in the world. And sometimes that's really tricky to make sense of it all. And so I believe personally that as we learn how to get in touch with our hearts, as we learn how to go within, do our inner work and access our hearts and open and expand that area inside of us, opening ourselves to more love, we will heal the world. And as a result of that, the world will literally thrive at our fingertips as we open ourselves to greater levels of love. Now, we have a hard time doing that because most of us have experienced lots of trauma and drama in our lives. And when we go through trauma and drama, we often will build up heart walls and shut ourselves down and close ourselves off to both expressing love out, but receiving love in. And so if we have a lot of heart walls that are going on in our bodies and in our souls, it limits our capacity for love. And I will tell you this, the world's kind of in a heap of trouble right now. And the only remedy for that is love. Greater levels of love. And who you are as a divine being of the light is love. So it's vital, it's imperative that each and every one of us learn to step into and access the greater levels of love that we already are. Okay. And when we do that, when we learn how to step in and access our hearts, access deeper levels of ourselves, deeper levels of love, what ultimately ends up happening to us is we drop down out of the mind, we drop down into our bodies, we drop down into the more authentic parts of ourselves, and that's holy. We can access the divine from within. And that's a holy and sacred and sanctified place to go. So can you imagine if we all did our own inner work, if we all became humble in doing our heart work and opening that heart space and becoming more holy and seeing the holiness in others? Can you imagine a world where more people did that? And it doesn't even necessarily need to be all people doing that. It just needs to be a few more people that are willing to do that. But if we're willing to go inside there, do the inner work, tear down the walls, break open our hearts, crack them wide open, and let love pour out and spill out, we literally will see one another as holy. So not only are you going to see the holiness in yourself, you're going to witness it in others. And we'll start to see each other as the sacred tools on the earth that we are for building a better world. And who doesn't want that? I want that. And I think you guys want that, or you probably wouldn't be here. So let's talk about opening up the heart. Most people don't even have a clue that they're carrying burdens around their hearts, that their hearts are caked in trauma and drama and the aftermath of trauma and drama, that they've been shut down in their heart centers. Most people don't realize. I did not know that I was doing that. And I considered myself, just even last year, considered myself to be a pretty spiritually in tune, awake person. Did not even realize I was carrying around a big, old, gunky heart wall. So when we can go in there, stare it down in vulnerability, humility, and honesty, then we can crack open our hearts. We can open that space to more vulnerability, more honesty, more authenticity. And there's no better feeling in the world than that, than to open up yourself to who you are, which is love. There's nothing that makes you more attractive than to have an open, honest heart. Do you know people in your life that are very authentic and they wear their heart out on their sleeve, but you at least know who they are and where they're coming from and what they're feeling and what they're going through, because they don't hide behind the walls and the barriers? Have you noticed when people have huge heart walls, it's hard to trust them because you don't know what's in there. You don't know what's going to come at you. So when people don't know themselves, if you don't know yourself in every way, you're going to put up heart walls to protect yourself from being wounded by others. So as human beings, we crave an open heart. We crave it because it's the greatest feeling you'll ever know. It is the highest healing state that we can put ourselves into, is to have an open, vulnerable heart, a heart that is open to giving and receiving, to bringing stuff in, but also letting stuff go. We crave it. We're hungry for it. All right. When we're in the state of having an open heart, it's the greatest healing. We're in the state of spontaneous healing. Because in that space of an open heart, you'll find peace and love and joy and bliss, and sometimes even neutrality, which is, it is what it is, and I'm okay. So people could literally be attacking you in your personal life, throwing words around and harming and wronging you. But you could, if you're in a state of an open heart and a balanced heart, you'll be neutral enough that you'll be able to just walk through it and say, it is what it is, and I'm okay. So from last class, hopefully you guys were able to access the handout. There's a really great handout in there. And in the handout, at the beginning of the handout, there's a page that looks like this. Affirmations at the very top. It talks about the attributes of the heart, this heart center. The heart center isn't just about the heart, but it's also, it governs the lungs and the ribs and anything that is in this center. So your arms and your hands, the way that you express yourself freely and creatively. It governs the thymus gland, which is about your immune system. So there's a lot that goes on in the heart center. And primarily, it's about laws of love. That's the primary function. That's the primary attribute of the heart center. I recommend that you go grab that handout. When I send you guys, when I email you the replay to this class, this 2-hour workshop, I'll include this handout. You're also going to get another handout from today. So don't worry about taking too many notes because you'll be able to watch the replay. You're going to have access to the handout. So don't stress about the notes. I really want you to just sink into your body and experience the experience of healing today. That's what I would love for you to do today. You can go back and take notes later. So, but coming back to the attributes of the heart, it resonates with the frequency of the color of green. So some of the stones too that go with the heart center are aventurine and rose quartz and quartz crystal. These are all wonderful elements of the earth that represent that heart energy that's emanating from us. And they're in alignment with that heart energy. So I have these right here close by as we do our healing work. We're going to use these to help us. And because I have them in this session with us today, you also have access to them as well. In that handout, I talk about essential oils that you can use to help support you, foods that you can use to help support opening up the heart space, words, affirmations, questions. We're going to get into some of that stuff a little bit more today. Some of the primary attributes of the heart then. The heart is all about laws of love. And so because it is about laws of love, it also encompasses the energies of empathy through vulnerability, compassion through humility, forgiveness through letting go. Isn't that interesting? Forgiveness through releasing and letting go. So the heart is about taking in, but it's also about sending out. And when you let go of the burdens and the heart walls and the things that have been holding you back and harboring on, weighing heavy on your heart, then what you send out doesn't have to be toxic anymore. It can be just completely non-limited, unconditional levels of love. The heart is about healing through the higher self. The heart is a place where we're going to experience high levels of joy and abundance. Joy is the byproduct of connecting with God through love. That's the fruits, is joy. And so when you're connecting to yourself and you're connecting with God through love, which is in the heart center, nobody can rob you of feeling joy and bliss. No matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, no matter what's happening to you, no matter who is projecting pain onto you, nobody can rob you of joy, even in the moments where you're experiencing the greatest suffering. No one can rob you of that because it's a byproduct of connecting with yourself and connecting with the divine. The heart is also an aspect, a huge influencer for creation. And you can tell what you're creating, what you're sending out, because your hands will tell you. You either want to hug somebody or you want to slap them. That's what you're sending out. So that's how you can tell what's going on. What are you holding? What are you harboring? What are you projecting from the heart space? Is what do your hands want to do? Do they want to create? Do they want to hold? Do they want to love? Do they want to hold space for somebody? Do they want to wipe a tear? Do they want to hold a baby? Do they want to hold a puppy? Right? You cannot hold a puppy and be depressed. So, or a baby, a newborn baby that's looking into your eyes, right? That's just unconditional love. And that's what pets do. That's what children do. That's what babies do, is they project unconditional love because they're not filtered by this stuff yet. They don't have heart walls yet. They don't understand what heart walls are. They're pure, authentic, unconditional, non-limited love. And that's where we want to be because it feels so amazing. It's what we want. So the goal today is to create a balanced, open, full heart, a heart that is not blocked, a heart that is not walled off, because what are the effects? What are the fruits? It feels amazing to have an open heart. So that's what we're going to do today. I want everybody, let's just let's start out with an exercise right now. I'm going to take you through getting centered. We're going to drop down out of our brains and into our bodies. So could you just slow the breathing down? I find it interesting that the element that is associated with the heart is air, the air element. So breath work really works well for healing the heart. So I want you to just focus on the breath. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Slow down. Just drop into our bodies deeply and profoundly. And as you breathe in through your nose, when you breathe out, drop your shoulders. Just relax into your body. Let's open up some space in our neck. Could you roll your head around? And you can go both directions if you want. Just open up some space there. There you go. Open it up. Let's open up the mouth big and wide. I really want you to feel the stretch in your neck. Opening your mouth as wide as you can, feeling that stretch in the neck, pulling everything towards your face. Good. And then breathe and let go. Just breathe and let go. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to smile from our hearts. Let the smile come from your heart. Smile as big as you can. Engage the vagus nerve in your neck. Really pull all the muscles and everything up towards your ears. Pulling, smiling as big as you can. Hold that smile. Take a selfie. Good. Feel it. Feel how much better you feel when you put a smile on your face. Breathe in, breathe out. Drop your shoulders on the exhale, and I really want you to drop down into your body deeper. Letting go with every breath, just breathing out. Let's bring our chakras into balance. Let's start with the heart center. With your eyes closed and breathing slowly and deeply and intentionally. Slow that breath down. I want you to breathe into your heart space and picture that beautiful green light, like you stepped into this round world, this round globe filled with greenery, lush green grass, green trees, green foliage. Everything is green and lush and cool and safe. And you can feel the sun shining on your face. Just feel that color of green, the green nature of Mother Earth. Feel that green inside, but it's luminous. It's not like what we see in this physical earth. It's more luminous and radiant and alive with light. It's radiant, luminous, glowing green. Woo! Feel that intelligence of that green glowing and growing in your heart center, about the size of a basketball right here. Just fill this space with green, glowing, growing light, and let that light expand out. Like you stepped into the center of a big green sun, and the sun stepped into the center of you, and it's glowing and growing this green light emanating out. Do not hold your breath. Breathe out longer on the exhale. Breathe in nice and long and deep and slow. Fill up your lungs. Fill up the heart center. Breathing into the rib cage, and visualize that big green ball of light expanding out like the sun is shining. And as you breathe out, push that green light out in every direction, above you, below you, in front of you, behind you. And it mixes with the solar plexus, which is yellow, like the sun, just right here where the sternum is and a little bit below, right in your upper gut. And can you breathe into that center and just allow it to light up with golden, luminous, radiant, golden white light? Expanding that golden white light out in every direction. As you breathe out, push that light out now in every direction. Above you, below you, in front of you, behind you. Literally like you stepped into the center of the sun. Good. You can roll your shoulders around a little bit, open up some space there if you need to. Stretching out your arms. Keep breathing. Do not hold your breath. Going down into the solar plexus. And as that light, that golden light expands out like the sun, it mixes with the orange light in your sacral chakra, which is below the belly button. In the lower gut. That golden orange light that you see in the background right there. Just imagine that orange light expanding, spread out like a big ball of orange light in your lower gut, lower abdomen, down into the hips. Breathe in, breathe out. And push that light out on the exhale. And as that light goes out, it mixes with the root chakra at the base of your spine, down into your hips, your legs, your knees, your ankles, and your feet. And this color is red. Beautiful, brilliant red. Think about the color of your blood. Think about the blood flowing through your veins. And just breathe into that beautiful root chakra. Let that space glow and get bigger and brighter. It's this luminous, radiant, glowing red, like it's alive. Breathe in, breathe out, push that light out. And that red combines with the browns, the earth tones of the earth, the dirt, the soil, going down deep into Mother Earth, into the rocks, deep into the womb, the caves, deep down into the crevices of Mother Earth, into the center of the earth, going down and expanding that light out, because it is a vibratory light in and of itself, expanding that out, going in every direction below your feet. Stepping down deep into the foundation of your soul, under your feet and at the base of the spine. Let's come back into the heart center. So let's come back up here into the heart center, that big, beautiful ball of glowing green light that is living. It's luminous, it's radiant, it's glowing. Push that light out on the breath. And with each exhale, could you just let go of all the worries that are swirling around in there, that are floating about? Just breathe out all the worry and the stress and the fear. Breathing it out on the exhale, letting go. Drop your shoulders on the exhale. And let go. Dropping down into your heart. Letting go of all the stories that are stealing your joy. Letting go of all the suffering that you feel about those stories. Could you just breathe that out and let it go? Let go some more, letting go of all of the self-disapproval. Breathe in, breathe out. Drop your shoulders on the exhale, letting go, letting go, letting go of more self-disapproval. Just getting in touch with your body now. Breathing that green, loving light also that brilliant pink color that's in there. Breathing that into your bones. Breathe it in. Breathing in all of the self-love and letting go, letting go, letting go on the exhale of self-disapproval. The I'm not enoughs. I'm not worthy. I'm not lovable. I'm not capable. I'm not able. I'm not enough to have what I want or create what I want. I'm not enough for that. Letting go of all of those stories. And with every single exhale, could you just let go some more? And let go some more. And as that green light in your heart, as you push that light out with every breath, could you allow that green to flow up into your throat center right here? It encompasses the throat and the mouth and the jaw. Can you just breathe up into that space? And that space is the color of the blue, blue, blue sky. Breathe it in. And greet that part of your body. Hello, throat. Hello, neck. Hello, voice. Hello, tongue. Could you relax on the exhale? Could you drop your shoulders on the exhale? And could you relax your tongue for me? Just greet your body with loving, kind respect as you breathe. Breathing deep into the fleshy tabernacle of your truth space in the throat, the mouth, the gums, the teeth. Breathe it in. Expanding out that beautiful, brilliant blue light like a big ball, like the size of a basketball here, expanding that out, letting that balance itself with the heart, coming into harmony with the beautiful green of the heart. And as that expands out, it moves up into the third eye, which is a beautiful, like a indigo purplish blue color, like indigo. And it's deep and it's rich. And this is about identity. This is about how you see yourself in the world. It's about how you think other people see you. Could you just expand some beautiful green light and love into that space and open up the third eye, opening up. And as you breathe in, bring the attention from the base of your spine up and arch it over. So if it comes up through your spine, it comes up and over through the third eye, right through here. Boom. And then breathing back in. And then it goes down. So breathing in, it comes up. Breathing out, it goes in and back down. Breathing up and down your spine. Breathing into the third eye. And as you breathe into that third eye and it comes up through your spine and arches over out through your third eye, fill up that space, push that light out. And on the exhale, go back down to your spine, to the base, down into the earth. Breathing up and down the body now, opening up the third eye. That indigo light is expressing itself big, bigger than your head, like you stepped into the center of this big indigo sun, and it's radiating out. And as that light goes out, it also pops open the crown, which is a violet color. So right here on the top of the head, beautiful purple violet, opening up the crown. And can you just pretend that the crown of your head is like a tuna fish can and it opens up. You just opened up the can and you peel back the lid and all that light goes up. All of that purple glowing light goes up. And just now, could you just breathe up the spine and out the top of your head and back down on the exhale? Breathing in, it goes up. Breathing out, it goes down. Bringing all of the chakras, the male energies and the female energies inside of you into a state of harmony and balance. And now can you come back into the heart space? And I want you to picture your heart center like this big, beautiful, glowing, luminous green ball of light. It's spinning. What do you notice about it? Is it having a hard time being that color? Are there other colors swirling around in there? What do you notice? Breathe into it. Breathe into the heart center. Open it up. Just going to use this. So I'm going to do an exercise to just kind of help you open up your heart. I want you to picture this. I hope this is going in the right direction. So this should be going clockwise, but I don't know if it's backwards. So let's just go this way. Clockwise over your heart. You can do this to yourself. Also, you can do it to others. But when you start spinning the energy in a clockwise direction, go in to where your heart is, right here. And spin in a clockwise direction. I'm going to do it for you. And then pull that stream that you're spinning, pull it out and open like a big cone. So it's thin here, it's pointed here, but it opens up like a big cone out in front of you. And so can you just pull, pull, pull? And the circles get bigger as you go away from the body. So if I'm doing it to myself, my circles are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And just keep spinning like that. I'm going to do it on you. As if I'm doing it for you and to you. Spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning, and then stop. We're going to stop at 12 o'clock and just let the dust settle. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, now we've opened up the heart chakra. It's like a big open cone in front of you now, and it's broadcasting out truth, light. It's open. So now with that big open cone sitting in front of you, we can reach in there and we're going to start pulling out gunk. So what we're going to do is we're going to spin counterclockwise now. So you start where the circles were really big. I'm going to do this on you, but you can also do it on yourself. So start way away from the body where the circles were big, and we're going to go counterclockwise. Counterclockwise allows you to reach into that chakra and start pulling out gunk. We're going to come in, 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 we're going to come in. We're going to come in until the circles are tiny and small, right where your heart is, right over your heart. And now that you're there, start to pull. Pulling. Pulling. I'm pulling for you. You can also, I'm pulling for you. You can also pull on out of yourself, just hand over hand, like you're pulling a rope out of the dirt. And just keep pulling and keep pulling. All the gunk, all the heaviness, all the heart walls, all the pain, all the suffering, all the sadness, letting go, letting go, letting go. All the stories you told yourself that where you weren't enough, letting go, letting go, letting go. Breathe into that as we're pulling this out. You can let me do the work if you want. You can also do it for yourself if you want. Just let me pull, let me pull, let me pull, let me pull. Pulling, pulling, pulling. I want you to feel that pull coming out through the heart center. Just the letting go. And as you breathe out, drop your shoulders and really do let go. All the heaviness, all the gunkiness. With every exhale, where are you blocking love? Where are you shut down in the heart? Where are you not open to being vulnerable? Where does it not feel safe to open yourself up to others? Where have you been wounded or stabbed in the back or stabbed in the heart? Let that go. You're just going to keep letting go and letting go. and letting go. Some more, and letting go. And can you open your heart even bigger? Letting go of all of the disapproval that you have of yourself. And could you let go of all the judgment that you've placed on yourself? I'm not enough. Keep breathing. On the exhale, I really want to invite you to relax your shoulders, relax your arms. I'm going to keep pulling. We're letting go of judgment, self-judgment. And can you let go of disapproving of yourself? And can you let go of disapproving of yourself even more and even more? And I'm pulling this big rope of all the gunk out of your heart, and it's going into a large pool of water that will process it and turn it into light. That's what we're going to do. We're just going to transmute this energy, turning it into love. And can you let go of judging yourself so that you can let go of judging others? And can you let go of wanting? And can you let go of needing? And can you let go of attaching? People that you think you need to attach to because you need their love, and you need their approval, and you need their respect, and you need. Can you just let go of needing so that you can open yourself up to receiving? And can you let go of wanting so you can open yourself up to abundance and having and being? And can you let go of all of the disapproval that you have of yourself? And can you let go some more? And can you let go of that self-disapproval even more than that? And even more than that? Keep breathing. Drop your shoulders on the exhale. I'm going to keep pulling. All of this stuff's got to come out. And I want you to think about how deep and how thick is your heart wall? What have you caked around your heart to protect you from being wounded? And can you let that go? And if you're having a hard time letting go, could you just ask your heart, put your hand over your heart. Take 3 really good deep breaths. Ask your heart, what do I need in order to feel safe enough to let go of my suffering and my pain? And if it's self-love, or if it's just love or approval or appreciation or to be seen or to be heard, ask your heart, what is it that you need? Treat your heart as if it's your inner wounded child, your inner self. Like you're speaking to a child. What do you need, sweetheart? What can I do to support you? What can I do to help you to let this go once and for all? Ask your heart, what does it need? You may want to write down what you get. I'm going to keep pulling. I'm going to keep pulling. Ask your heart, what do you need in order to open your heart up? What do you need to let go of? Is it expectation? Is it judgment? Is it self-disapproval? Is it fear? What are you afraid of? This is where you can get into your journals a little bit and write down what's coming up for you. So I'm continuing to pull all the gunk as you're doing your inner work and coming into alignment with what can you let go of. Is it judgment? Is it fear? Is it self-disapproval? Is it expectation? Is it neediness or wantiness? And can you let go of that? Can you let go of neediness more? And can you let go of the self-disapproval even more than that? And can you let go of the judgment and the fear even more than that? Use the breath to help you. Keep breathing. On the inhale, you're breathing in lots of light, green liquid light. On the exhale, you're dropping your shoulders and you're just letting go. You're letting go of fighting and resisting. You're letting go of the stories behind all the suffering that has robbed you of joy. And can you let go of the story some more? And can you let go of the story even more than that? Can you let go of needing to tell the story to everybody that you come across? Can you let go of disapproving of yourself in it? All of the shame and the guilt and the worry and the fear. And can you let go of that some more? And can you let go of disapproving of yourself even more than that? And more? Okay, now we're going to go into the heart. As we said earlier, is about healing, compassion, forgiveness, empathy, all those things. And if you want access to it, all of those amazing energies that feel so good, we have to let go of what we've built up around our hearts. And forgiveness is one of the most powerful healing tools we have access to. So I would like for us to step into a forgiveness exercise. Again, your heart energy is still open. I want you to still see this big funnel coming off your heart. In fact, I'm going to open up that space again, a little bigger of your heart. Opening, 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 and I'm pulling open so that it's big way out here and it's small way in there. The circles are tiny right next to your heart, but they're big and they're open. Woo, I almost tipped over as I go back farther and farther and farther away from your heart. We're just opening up this big funnel so that you can send out and receive in. And we just sent out a lot of gunk. We're going to send out a little bit more gunk in the form of letting go. So now what I want you to do is just breathe into that heart space. Drop your shoulders on the exhale. See if you can relax your face at all. See if you can relax your tongue. When you breathe in, pulling that beautiful liquid glowy light into this cone, into the heart center, breathing it into your bones, into your cells, breathing all the light in, sending that light to where it's needed. So now with this open heart center, I'm just going to send light into the center of that. Breathing it in, breathing in all of that light. So I'm sending love and light into your heart space. And can you open yourself up to this love? It's okay. I won't hurt you. I won't use it against you. I will hold space for you. You can open that up. And I'm also bringing in, how I'm doing it is I'm bringing in God's love and light into that space, filling up this funnel, filling up this cone of your heart center, filling it with light. So on the inhale, breathe that into your bones, breathe it into your body, just gently bringing that in. But on the exhale, releasing all of the worries and all of the fear and all of the judgment and all of the stories and all of the pain and all of the suffering, breathing that out and letting go. Keep breathing. You're doing good. We're going to go into forgiveness. So I want you to think about, just close your eyes and move into the breath a little more. Just notice that that heart is still open. It's still doing its work. And I'm still funneling in tons of light and love into that space to help with the healing. So I want you to think about all the people who have ever harmed you or wronged you or caused suffering in your life. And I want you to think about all of them. There could be hundreds of them. And we can also even put this in the perspective of, think about all of the people from even before this life, maybe from past lives, all of the suffering that was ever put upon you ever in human form over all the generations. There could be thousands. And I also want you to think about all of the people that you have caused suffering to. maybe even from past generations, past lives that you don't even have awareness of in this moment. When were you in a dark place and you projected darkness or pain or suffering or wounding onto another? When have you done that? Not just in this life, but in your whole eternal round as an eternal being. How far back in your past does that go? And so I want you to put all these people, there could be millions of them now, put them out into a big open green field, and the light's shining on them, and they're just standing there, and they're hovering above the ground, and they're floating like helium balloons, but they're not sailing away into the light because they're tethered to you. They're tethered to you because you're holding the cords, you're holding the strings that keep these balloons from flying and being free. So on the count of 3, I'm going to give you permission to send all of them, the people you've harmed and the people who've harmed you, send them all to the light. Big, send them off. Big. And breathe. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Oof. Release and just send them to the light. Let God take care of their healing. Let God take care of the wounding. Let God take care of whatever's going on with them that they have either projected onto you or have been harmed by you. Let that healing happen as they go into the light. You just let go. Your job is to breathe into your body, into your heart, breathing in that light that I'm sending to you, all that liquid light coming into you right now. Breathe that into your body. And on the exhale, drop your shoulders and let go. Letting go of all the people that you tethered yourself to in an unhealthy way. And I want you to say out loud, I bless them. I bless them. I release them from my suffering. Breathe into that energy. I release them from my suffering. And I forgive them for their suffering, putting their suffering onto me. I forgive them for that because hurt people hurt people. So I forgive because I was once where they are. And I forgive. Breathe in, breathe out, let go. Because we don't know. You don't know how dark you've been in your past. You don't know how much you've hurt someone in your deep past. And sometimes we don't know whether or not we've hurt people in this life. Sometimes we go about our life and we don't even know we've hurt someone. So letting all of that go, letting all those people go, letting all the tethers go, letting it go. And now, could you just say out loud, I bless myself. I release myself from this suffering. Letting it go. Breathe into that, letting go of all the heart walls. Your heart walls could be made of cement 3 miles thick. Just let it go. Bust it open, break it down. Take some dynamite to it. Pour water on it. Whatever you got to do to disintegrate these heart walls and drop them and release them and breathe them out and let them go. If you have to take a sledgehammer to it, do it. Ask your heart, what is the safest way for me to break open these heart walls and release what's there so that I can be healed in a safe and honorable way? Ask your heart, and what do you get? Use your imagination and your intuition to break apart those heart walls. Once your heart tells you how it would like for these heart walls to be bust apart and bust open, let it go. until every piece and every particle is broken open, but dissolved and disintegrated. What do you want to do with the debris? Do you want to burn it? Do you want to send it to the light? Do you want to put it in a big pool of water to dissolve it? Do you want to put it in a fire? How would you like to dispose of all of the crumbs and the particles and the pieces that are left that are not serving you and that are not part of you? Go ahead and use your imagination, your intuition to take care of all the last little crumbs that are left of your heart wall. You may notice some of you might have a heart wall within a heart wall. So ask the deeper questions around that next heart wall and say, why are you here? What are you protecting? And what do you need in order to feel safe in letting go? Ask your heart the questions. Ask your heart. What's the best way, the safest way, the most healing way, balanced way to let this go? Good. Keep breathing. I'm going to invite you to remember that that light in the center of your heart is big and open and luminous and radiant, and it's expanded out in front of you, behind you, above you, and below you. Like it's broadcasting out in every direction. Millions of tendrils of light have now become these big funnels above, below, in front, behind you, broadcasting that light and that truth now out in every direction. So could you just step into the oneness now? Can you step into this open, expanded space, pushing that light out in every direction like you stepped into the center of the sun and the sun stepped into the center of you? And breathe into that. Step into the oneness. Good. Keep breathing. Continue expanding. Let all of that light go out in every direction. Now I want you to think about, now that you're in the oneness, you've stepped into the oneness. Let's notice it. What does it feel like in there? I want you to notice, where does your light end and God's light begin? And really it doesn't, it's integrated. So I want you to see yourself now as one with all the light that is, until you become the container of the universe. You are that bright. You are that luminous. You are that radiant. You are that expanded. To the degree that you now are one with every blade of grass, every grain of sand, every mountain peak, every ocean floor, every star in the sky. Your consciousness is one with every human being. Feel the empathy, feel the compassion, feel the love, feel the understanding, feel the truth, feel the light. And go ahead and place your hands over your heart and just lean into your heart. Pay attention to the stillness that meets you there. Breathe in, breathe out, let go. Now, in regards to something that's challenging you in your life right now, Maybe you have a challenge. Maybe you have a question. Maybe you have a situation in your life that's not easy for you. Could you hover your hands gently over your heart, just really soft and gentle? And could you ask your heart, what would love do? And what do you get? Okay, next question. If I wasn't afraid, I would fill in the blank. Now, before you fill in the blank, I don't want you to think about it. I don't want you to overthink it. And I don't want your brain to get involved. I want your heart to speak this truth, not your brain. Tell your brain, thank you, but I got this. If I wasn't afraid, I would join the circus, start a business, move, get a divorce, fall in love, whatever it is. Play a musical instrument, get a puppy. If I wasn't afraid, I would. And write it down. I'm going to give you a minute. When you ask your heart questions, you're asking your higher self. That's what you're doing. Your higher self will step forward and answer the question. And when you ask your higher self questions, you're also asking God, because they're one, right? This is how you align with God, is through the heart center. Because this is the place where you are pure, non-limited love. And if you allow love to guide you through your life, to open yourself up and to take risks and to be willing to fall and to be willing to fall short and to be willing to be seen and heard and to be willing to let other people see you and judge you. But when you step into that heart that's cracked open and you let your heart lead, it will lead with love. Always. It will always solve your problems. It will show you your way through your problems from a place of love. And when you do, it's going to come up with solutions that are equitable for everybody. It's going to benefit everybody and all people involved, not just you. It won't be self-serving. Your brain is self-serving. But when you drop down into your heart, you're going to find your way through your problems, because your heart will lead you through those problems to the perfect solution for you and for others. The heart will always show you the best possible outcomes, but you got to let go of fear. So are you willing to go back in there? Breathe in, breathe out, let go. Let go of the fear. Let go of the judging yourself. Let go of the disapproval of yourself. And could you just go into approving of yourself? Could you just give yourself some approval right now? I am worthy. I am safe. I am lovable because I am love. And I am worthy of having love and being love and being in love because I am love. This part of you in your heart is all encompassing. It's not self-serving. It's pure love. And love is the powerful force that fuels your desires and your dreams and abundance. Everything in the world that is good for you, it's fueled by this. So when you crack that open and allow it to be open and allow it to let go of all the gunk and allow it to guide you towards what you love and towards who you love and what love is for you, it's really self-love. When you allow your heart to guide you into deeper levels of self-love, it will guide you in the direction of everything that is good for you. Everything. So from this space now, let's go into self-forgiveness. So just say out loud, I bless myself. I release myself from all my suffering and wounds and stories of suffering. I'm just letting go of all those stories now because I choose to be love. And I can't be love when I'm in the story wrapped up in it. And I release myself. And I forgive myself for carrying these heavy burdens that weighed my heart down, the heart walls. And could you just give yourself permission in this space to open up? Open up to greater levels of love. And can you just settle into your body? Breathe into that. Allow the stillness to meet you there and the peace to meet you there. Expanding out from your center, from your heart. I know there's a part of you in there that's afraid to let go. You're afraid to let go of your stories and your wounding and your suffering, because then who will you be without it? I know there's part of you that it's afraid to let go and to take authority and to reclaim the authority over your body and your kingdom and your life. But could you just let go a little bit? And can you just forgive yourself for carrying around all the wounds? Lean into your heart a little more. And could you give yourself permission to take your life and your heart into your own hands? Could you hold your heart in your own hands? Could you also see God, the Lord, standing there holding your hands and holding your heart with you, knowing that you were never not safe? You have everything you need. You are everything you need. You are safe. Can you see yourself and the Lord standing there holding your heart in your hands and his hands? Touching it, healing it, breathing life into it, breathing love into it, breathing light into it. Hold it. Look at it. Look at it. Moving, beating, and circulating life force through your being and through your body. Thank it. Look at your heart and tell it you love it. I love you. I'm sorry for all the heaviness I put upon you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Maybe you're afraid to step into another part of you that is not safe or not familiar. So can you just let go of the fear? And can you give yourself permission to feel your feelings right now? If there's any sadness in there or fear or anger or bitterness or wounding. Could you just allow yourself permission to feel it? I give myself permission to open up my heart to my feelings. My feelings are valid. They're real. Feel them. Notice where you feel it in your body. I give myself permission to open my heart to feel my feelings. Let all that wounding come up. And sit with it and feel it. I give myself permission to open my heart to feel my feelings. Breathe into that. I give myself permission to become my heart, to be. Now we're going to go into the third part of forgiveness. I bless all the witnesses. Holding your hand over your heart, or you're holding your heart in your hands. I bless all the witnesses. I release all the witnesses from my suffering. And I forgive unconditionally. Because I'm safe. What do I have to worry about? I've got God holding my heart in his hands. And I'm doing the same. I am the authority now over my life, over my body, over my kingdom, over my heart space. Do you notice your body responding to that? Do you notice your body releasing any of this tension? Breathe in, breathe out, let go. Drop your shoulders on the exhale and release. Do you notice any goosebumps or tingling? Do you notice yourself feeling lighter, more open? Breathe into that. Let's come back up into the heart space for a minute and let's open that up one more time. Ooh, I want you to smile. Everybody smile. Smile into your heart. Smile at your heart. Smile into your soul. Smile into your bones. Smile big, bright, deep. Smile bigger. Breathe into that smile and bring it into yourself. This is your kingdom. This is your body. This life is for you, and you deserve to experience love and joy and bliss. You deserve it. That's your birthright. Okay, so going back into the heart, can you go back into that energy of expansion? Like you stepped into the center of the sun. Feel yourself taking up more space in front of you and behind you and above you and below you. Now, all the millions of tendrils of light are like those big open cones that are open way out there outside of you. So they're open to sending stuff out, but also receiving stuff in. And we're going to choose to set the intention to receive in light and love. Anything that isn't light or love can't come in. There's a two-way check valve or a screen, a filter that's going to push out all the darkness and all the crap in the world. And you're only going to absorb in the light and the love that's everywhere. The omnipresence and the omniscience and the omnipotence of God. Breathe that in. Breathe in that light. And as you breathe out, send it out like a big broadcast, being broadcast from every single tendril of light from your heart center. We're going to come from a place of compassion. Now, oftentimes what people do when they have compassion is they absorb everybody else's crap, everybody else's gunk. So rather than be the sponge, could you be the sun? Could you broadcast out light and truth and love and that smile? Smile again. Smile into your heart and broadcast that out. Send it as a gift out into the universe. Bigger. And can you smile from your soul? Bigger and brighter. Really big. Smile really big. Lift your eyebrows. Smile bigger and brighter, more beautiful, more luminous, more. Send that out, but receive it in. Can you allow that smile to come into your heart and into your soul so that you can shine bigger and brighter? Push that light out. Good. Breathe in, breathe out, let go. Drop your shoulders on the exhale. Breathe in, breathe out, let go. When you come from a place of compassion, you really are shining like the sun shines in the heavens. The sun does not sit up there in the universe absorbing all the darkness so that you can have light. The sun pierces the darkness in order for its light to make its way to you. Could you shine just like the sun does and pierce the darkness in order for that light within you to make its way out into the universe and touch everything? So be the sun, not the sponge. That's how you become more compassionate. That's how you become the most stable energy in any crowd. You walk into a room full of people and you step into the sun that is you, and you become the most stable, resolute energy in the room. And you will light up the room with your light, with your soul. And you all have it. You all have it. You deserve to know what that is. You deserve to send that out into the universe so that the universe can know what that is. Next, now that you've stepped into the sun, you've stepped into your center, you're expanding out and pushing that light out into the universe. Could you wrap that light around those that you struggle with the most? Those that you just can't forgive, those that you just don't want to be around, those who have harmed you in a gross, horrible, horrific way. Could you just send that light out and allow it to wrap itself around wherever it needs to go? And all you have to do is just say, send the light to where it's needed for my healing and for the healing of the world. Send the light to where it's needed. Say it a couple times. Send the light to where it's needed. You can be intentional about it as well. If you know that there's a specific, maybe your children or a child, an ex-spouse, a sibling, a parent. Usually we have wounds with our parents. So send the light to your parents and heal that story, heal those wounds. Maybe it's a person from your past who didn't know you, but they harmed you really badly. Could you send that light out and just heal those wounds, heal the world with your light? Because it is as big and as bright as the sun. It really is. So could you fill up the room, fill up the galaxy with your light? Surround yourself, surround the community, surround your family line, forward and backward, wherever you feel the light needs to go. And practice these tools of being deep inside and spreading way out to pierce the darkness. So this is how we're going to practice holding space for others. You're going to be the sun. You're going to step into the sun and you're going to hold space for other people. We're not going to come from a place of judgment, because that judgment will shut your heart down. You can discern, that's judging righteously. Discerning is not the same as judging. Can you feel the energy of those two words? Discernment is operating in the light. Judgment is pretty heavy. So can we practice empathy? Hurt people hurt people. So can we practice compassion for their level of pain, that they would hurt you that deeply? Can we practice forgiveness? And can we practice love? And can we hold people, just hold them in your light, in this space, like you held your heart in your hands? Could you place the person that you struggle with the most in your life? Could you place them in your hands and let the Lord hold them too? And you just look and you just hold them and observe them and let their story be their story. Let their journey be their journey. Let their path be their path without you judging it. Just hold it and look at it and observe it and love it. Love them. Can you do that? Especially if you know God's helping you do it. And if you can't do it, hand them over, lay them in his arms and say, will you please receive this for me? Because I'm letting it go. Just let it go. You may want to come back to this exercise multiple times in order to heal the wounds that you have in your relationships. Do it with your parents. There's a lot of wounding there with parent-child. Do it with your siblings. Do it with your own children. Do it with people in your community, in your religion. Do it with your spouse. Do it with ex-companions. Wherever there is a lack of the highest levels of self-love in a relationship, you've got to heal that. And you're doing this for you. You're not doing this for anybody else but you, so you can feel good, because it feels amazing to have an open heart. Next, the next thing you can do to heal the heart and open the heart is physical touch. Touch people. If the boundary with them is open enough, you can ask permission. When I meet new people, I always say, I'm a hugger. Can I hug you? Would that be okay? And if I get the sense that they're going to hug me like this and they're going to stiff arm it, then I'm going to back away. But I'm a hugger. I'm a physical touch person. I love touching people to get a sense for where they're at, and so that I can inject love into them. So you can practice boundaries. You can practice identifying where people's boundaries are, where your boundaries are. But physical touch, see where you can practice that in your life. Where are the places where you can practice physical touch? Because it matters. Where can you use physical touch to infuse empathy, compassion, love, healing into another soul from your own soul? Where can you do that? So massage therapists do this. If you need to go get a massage, do it. If you need to rub someone's shoulders, do it. If you need to hold someone's hand because they're crying, do it. If you need to place a hand on a shoulder or on someone's head, do it. If you need to wipe away a tear, hold a baby, whatever it might be, do it. Practice physical touch. It will help heal your heart. Hugging. You all know how I feel about hugging. Snuggling. You know, when my children were little, I'm not ashamed that I used to have an open door policy in the mornings, and they would come and jump in my bed and snuggle around, and we would laugh and tell stories and tell jokes, and they would make fun of my bad breath and enjoy each other's company in my arms. There's nothing wrong about that. So hugging, snuggling, embracing, we've lost our ability to do that as human beings. It's so sad. Now, for some reason, hugging and snuggling is inappropriate. That's so sad to me. Because as human beings, this is how we express love. Our arms, our hands. So practice it. Learn people's boundaries, learn to discern, but practice it. Be open to more physical touch in your life. If you need to, get a pet. If you don't have a baby to snuggle, get a puppy or an animal or something that can express unconditional love back and forth to you. A cat, a dog, whatever it might be. Next, practice self-care. These are things we're not going to do in this session, but these are things you can go out into the world and do to open your heart. They're all things that you can do. You can start today. Practice more self-care. Take good care of yourself. Take a bath when you need to let go of the stresses and the worries of the day. Breathe in, breathe out, let go. Stop holding on to all the stress in your life and carrying it around like it's a big badge of honor, because it isn't. Be sweet and generous and kind and loving to yourself. Look yourself in the mirror and look into your eyes and say, wow, I love you. I love you. You are awesome. And I love you. Look right into both eyes. Every morning when you get up in the morning, tell yourself how much you love yourself and mean it, because you just might be the only one who says it that day, and you need to hear it. Be kind to your own self. Self-care can be a lot of different things to a lot of different people, but it can mean buying a new outfit, getting a haircut, tidying up your house, pampering yourself with a delicious meal, a special treat. I don't know, whatever it is for you, whatever fills you with love. For me, self-care, what fills me with love is to go sit down to the piano and just play and sing for hours, because that's how I express love. Okay, let's move on. I've got several more of these. I'm going to put these that I'm sharing with you in the form of a handout. So when you get the replay in your inbox, in your email inbox, you'll have all of these spelled out, written out for you. You'll also have the healing questions guide as well, because we're going to do a little exercise when we get here closer to the end in just a minute. So love people, but don't try to make everything better for them in their lives. Don't try to take upon you their problems and their pain and their suffering. Again, don't be the sponge, be the sun. Love people genuinely. And people can tell when you're genuine because you have a lot of self-love. If you have a lot of self-love, you're genuine and you can love others from an authentic place. But don't get too involved in the love of others. Don't try to go into their lives and fix everything for them or fix them. Just love. Just hold space. Let them be what they are, who they are. You just love. That's your job. As a parent, that's your job. Your job is not to fix your children. Your job is not to make your children be anything other than what they already are. Your job is to love. Just love. Just be love. Show them how to love themselves. That's it. That's an easy job. Maybe not easy. It's a simple job. You don't have to fix them. It's not your job to fix anybody. The next one, random acts of kindness. This will open up your heart. Random acts of kindness and empathy and compassion. Go donate your time at a food drive or a food bank or a homeless shelter or anywhere. Go into the inner city if you feel safe enough with a partner or a companion and really go minister to some of these people that don't have homes and lives and loved ones. Go do what Christ did by walking the streets and being amongst the most unclean people in society. and associate with them and hold space for them and love them. Random acts of kindness, whether that's through your bank account or just from your heart or sending a loving note, whatever it is, smiling at someone, babysitting for someone. You can always find tremendous amounts of need. So go fill some needs randomly. And you'll catch people off guard. Out in public, I'm constantly offering to, can I hold your baby? Can I help you? Can I help you check out of the grocery? Whatever it is, because I'm just me. I don't have little babies anymore. I got 2 arms. They're not doing anything. So find ways in your life where you can do random acts of kindness. If you're a young mom, that might be within the walls of your own home for now. It's okay. Next one, loving gestures, a smile, a wave, mwah, a kiss. There's a reason mwah, why I send you guys off of every class with a kiss, because I truly love you deeply. And I want you to know it. So loving gestures to family, to friends, to neighbors, to acquaintances, even to strangers. The next one, practice gratitude. We already did forgiveness. That's a powerful one. Empathy, that's a powerful one, but don't take it on. Compassion through humility, it's a powerful one. This one is also powerful, but practice gratitude. Express it, speak it, show it. Show you're grateful for someone or something. Exchange some value. That's what we do here. That's what I started doing in my mentoring sessions, is when people want to express gratitude for working with me, then I allow them to donate if that's what they want to do. Some people can't donate, and that's fine too. Some people just want to exchange value by giving me, I don't know, a favor in return. So can you express gratitude? Can it go both ways? There's lots of ways to express gratitude. And so can you figure out what those are, what they look like in your world and with the people you love and care about? The next one, surround yourself with things and people that you love, because it'll fill your heart and your soul with love. So if you could see my office is kind of messy right now. There's books and stuff on the floor, but this is a sacred sanctuary space for me. I have pictures on the wall that are deeply meaningful for me. I have books on my shelves that are deeply meaningful for me. I'll even show you this. I have this little altar. It's a prayer altar where I have things that are deeply, profoundly meaningful for me, right? That's a picture of my parents. So surround yourself with things that you love, that represent your love, right? Sorry, now I just messed that up. There we go. Surround yourselves with, maybe it's beautiful art. Maybe it's clothing, fabrics, textiles. Maybe it's home decor. Maybe it's your car. Maybe it's walking in nature, going for a hike, going for a swim. Maybe, I don't know, whatever it is for you, surround yourself with things you love. For me, it's music. I love it. And fill your soul with things that you love. That'll open up your heart. It'll make you feel good. Affirmations is also another really good way to open up your heart and make you feel good. So we've opened the heart big and wide today. We pulled a bunch of gunk out. We did a bunch of releasing and forgiving and letting go. Now I want to just kind of tone it down a little bit and let the dust settle. When you come back to watching the replay of this video, you don't have to do it right now, but when you come back to the replay, I want you to fast forward the video to this point and just listen to my voice, because I'm going to walk you through a guided imagery, a guided meditation. And you can either sit tall or you can lay down, but we're just going to breathe. We're going to go into the body. Breathe deep into your heart space. Drop your shoulders down on the exhale. Slow everything down. Slow the energy down. Your thinking. Be relaxed, but be alert. Some of you might fall asleep, and that's okay, but I want you to be alert enough to enjoy this experience. Put your focus on your heart center and really listen to your body. Putting your awareness inside of your heart, expanding it open. Bigger. If you feel any tension around your rib cage or your heart, could you just soften those muscles and let them go? On the exhale, could you drop your shoulders? Relax your face and your jaw. Breathe in and out of your center. From your center. Notice the parts of your body that are tense. Notice the parts of the body that want to relax. Give them space to relax. If you need to move your body a little bit to open up some space there and let relaxation come, soften your body. As you continue to put awareness on your heart center, breathe and soften. Breathe in. Breathe out, let go. Breathe in and receive love in. I am love. Breathe out and send love out. I am love. Breathe in love. I am love. Breathe out, send it out, and let go of the tension. Let your body start to align. Let it soften. Let it surrender. I want you to think of the words empty, emptying out all the gunk, surrender, soften. On the exhale, I want you to think of these words. Release, let go. Empty, surrender, soften, release, let go. On the inhale, I want you to think of receive. Receive intuition, receive light, receive love. Wow, feel that. Feel into the I am and just say, I am. On the inhale, I am love. I am all the love that I think I need. I am it. Just be. Breathe in and just be. After about 10 or 15 minutes of this breathing into your heart, you're going to notice that you will naturally align with heart vibrational energy, with the vibration of your own soul, your own heartbeat. You can do this laying down on Mother Earth on a picnic blanket outside. It's amazing. You can do it laying, relaxing, and floating in the water in the bathtub or out in your pool. It's amazing. Just relax into your higher self and stay focused on that. Hold awareness on the heart center. You'll know when balance comes. You will, because you'll feel at peace. You'll feel at ease. You'll feel more open. You'll feel much lighter. You probably feel some tingling all over in your body, energy moving. Breathing in the I am. Breathe in your name. Breathe that into your bones. Exhaling, sending the light to where it's needed, sending love to where it's needed the most. And as you hold your hand, hovering it over your center, hold it about 3 inches above your body now, not touching, just like about like that. Put awareness on your heart, expanding your heart with the breath. Notice your heart. If you were inside your body, looking at your heart, holding it in your hands, watching it pumping blood, watching it, thank it for the work that it does to keep you alive. Notice this living, breathing, working organ, but notice it also as an intelligent being within you. It's your higher self. It's you. It is you. Yes, it is a working, functioning organ. Thank you for keeping me alive. Thank you for feeling my feelings. Thank you for pumping blood through my vessels. Now I want you to notice the right chamber of your heart, which is the giving out side. And I want you to notice the left chamber of your heart, which is the receiving in side. Let's put our focus on the right side for a moment. In what ways am I blocking myself from sending love out? Ask the question. In what ways am I blocking myself from sending love out? Just feel it in your body. Don't write it down. Don't answer the question. Just feel. Where in my body am I blocked from sending love out? Just notice it and breathe into that. Illuminate the heart, expand that light out bigger and brighter until that starts to remove or release. So just wait and listen. In what ways am I blocking myself from sending love out, expressing love to others? When you come back to this, you can write it down and journal it out. It will be helpful for you to journal that out. For now, I want you to just feel it. In what ways am I preventing myself from feeling good about myself? In what ways am I preventing myself from expressing love to God? In what ways am I stopping myself from giving? Do I hold back? To fully be able to give the energy of love out, that healing, vibrational, life force energy that's within you. In order to do that, you cannot be half-hearted about anything. You have to be wholehearted. You cannot hold back. You cannot build up walls. Because when you do that, you become apathetic, you become half-hearted, you become cynical. You'll find yourself feeling like you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, the wrong place emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally. So we have to open our hearts if we really want to be wholehearted about what we do. Let's go over to the left side of the heart now. In what way am I preventing myself from receiving love in from God, from myself, and from others? Do you love yourself? Do you allow God to love you? Do you allow God's love into you, or do you feel unworthy? In what ways am I closing myself off from receiving that love in? When you close your heart down, you feel defensive. You feel like you put up heart walls. You're protecting, you're defending from someone or something, and you close that off. You then close yourself off to all feelings. You can't just close your heart off and expect to still feel your feelings. When you close it off to one thing, you close it off to all things. So you're closing your heart off to your actual hopes and dreams and desires and love. So when you close your heart off to another human or anybody else, you close yourself off from receiving love in from anybody else, and including yourself. You close yourself off to feeling the feelings that you do want. When you shut your heart down because you don't like the hard feelings of hurt, pain, rejection, fear, judgment, shunning, abandonment, abuse, neglect, when you close your heart off to those things because they hurt so bad, you're also closing your heart off to feeling feelings of love and peace and bliss and joy and empathy and compassion and warmth. So when we close off to some, we close off to all. Surrender and relax is the key. That's your key. So breathe in, breathe out, let go, surrender. Be compassionate to you. If you want to open up your heart to receiving, you have to lighten up. You have to have a light heart. You have to loosen up where you're tense. You have to discover what really matters in life, and that's love. When difficulties come your way, the first step is to accept them. Yeah, this is hard, but I'm going to accept it as a part of my experience so that you don't shut your heart down. When you feel indifferent about something because you're trying to protect yourself from feeling hard feelings, when you feel like you're full of doubt and fear and prejudice and judgment, when you are unable to speak your truth, what else? When you can't make good decisions in your life, when you feel like you keep creating these unhealthy patterns because there are unhealthy beliefs running the program, running the show, the receptive part of your heart is shut down. The left side, the receiving side, that needs to be opened back up again. You got to crack it open. It's calling upon you to conserve energy and gather your strength and wait patiently for clarity and inspiration and divine revelation, and to be able to receive. You'll notice that you won't be able to receive from God love, light, truth, if you're shut down from receiving. So go inside, listen, and then act. So let's ask the question again for the left side of our heart. In what way am I closed off? Am I indifferent? Am I not allowing myself to open up to receiving love from others? In what way am I shutting my heart down from receiving? It's important that you recognize where you're blocking yourself from either giving out or receiving in or both. Then open up, do what's necessary to open up your heart center. Wait, listen, and then act. You got to soften this up. You got to let go of the tension. Wherever you're storing tension in your body, that's where you're holding on to the bitterness and the problems and the stuff that's shutting down your heart. So our job is to notice where in our lives we've pinched that stuff off and shut it down and put up walls and and defended and wandered away from our true highest selves. Because anytime you're shut down on the left or the right side, you have wandered away from your true highest self. Okay. As you go inside, as you tap into your higher self, expand out, spread that light out, be the sun, like we talked about. Breathe into that space deeply, profoundly. Allow it to soften you. Allow it to center you. When you do that, and you spread out and you allow your light to spill out everywhere and take up more space, that's healing. That will stabilize you. It will ground you. It will bring you back into a place of peace and empathy and love and compassion and bliss and joy. And all of the feelings that you're looking for will be there, because the feelings that you're looking for is you. You're really looking to just connect with you. That's what you're looking for. Okay. So I'm going to show you a little resource that I've got for you guys. We're pretty much done. I would love feedback. How do you feel? How did it go? What are you noticing? Where did you get stuck? Do you need to come back? While you guys are thinking about that, I'm going to show you a resource that I created this morning. It's not quite done yet, but it will be up when you get the handouts. So you'll get both handouts. I'll resend you the old handout from last week's class, but these are a huge list of questions to help you open up your heart. There are ways that you can ask these questions to seek for the roots of where are you blocked? What are you holding on to? In what ways is my heart closed to love right now? In what way do I hold back from giving love out to someone? In what way am I avoiding feeling my feelings? In what way am I avoiding intimacy? So I actually recommend that you muscle test to figure out maybe one or two of these really good, deep questions. There will be, well, more than that. There's going to be more than 60 questions. Then you're going to come down here. There will be a place for affirmations. And then you can muscle test which of these affirmations are going to help you the most. If you say affirmations or if you speak any of these questions out loud, you will notice where you're storing the gunk in your body. You're going to notice. And so your goal at that point is to get centered, drop down into your body, breathe into the stillness, release, let go, surrender, soften, and heal. Go into the healing, go into the peace, step into the oneness. Affirmations are good to use too. You can say the affirmation, and anywhere inside your body where you don't buy it, where you're not in alignment with that truth, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel a heaviness come up in your body. So notice that, then feel it and release it. Anybody have any comments, any questions, any feedback, anything that they would like to share? How did it go for you? What did you notice? What did you learn? Anybody? You guys are still pondering? If you don't want to share, it's okay. You don't have to. But I get that we're on a recording and sometimes it gets pretty vulnerable. Yes. Thank you for being in much, been in much pain the last few days. Are you still in pain, or did some of that pain move? Dawn.
I've had a lot of spiritual experiences, and I certainly seen the green, and I know there is an after effect. I've done this personally, and I know there's going to be an after effect, and that's what I need. I was forced into retirement in COVID, and I didn't want any insurance. I've always been very healthy and taking care of myself. So now I need a shoulder replacement, I think. And I don't know what I'm going to do about it. But I wanted to join a few weeks ago. I heard you on IANS
Oh, yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to join a few weeks ago. And now I know it's important to go ahead and do. Thank you very much. Thank you
Yeah.
for everyone's love that I felt.
Yeah. It's powerful. Love is the answer to every question. Thank you, Dawn, for your comments and your remarks. And when you said, I think I might need a shoulder replacement, I would say, or you don't. So ask your body what your body needs to let go of, what is hardened in your shoulder that you need to release and let go of, because the shoulders are about burdens, and that's also the heart center. So just go in and ask your body. You can go through this again and again and see if you can release some of that pain and that stiffness and open that up a little bit.
I can't even move it right now.
Yeah.
Not at all. Back of my neck and my shoulder. I mean, I couldn't even talk to anyone for a few days.
Yeah.
But this is my neighbor came over this morning and gave me some information, people to contact for pain medicine.
Yeah.
Ibuprofen's not doing it.
No. Well, and here's another thing too to remember. When you have stiffness, and usually when it's in the neck, the shoulders, or the back, that can be, I mean, it doesn't mean that it always is, but it can be a sign of spiritual attack, spiritual interference. So if you know much about how to deal with spiritual attack and interference, oftentimes the pain will start to subside if you know how to handle that. So reach out to me if you want some help with that, and I can guide you through a process.
Thank you.
Linnea says, I felt such love during this. Thank you. Good. Awesome. Bask in that love. Open yourself up to feeling more levels of love every day. You need to be standing in it. We often go about our lives and we think this is normal for us to be in the absence of love, and that it's a rare occasion that we have these open-hearted feelings, and it's should be an everyday experience. We should be basking in these feelings of love and light and truth and warmth coming from the heart. We need to come from this space. And this is where healing happens, is in the heart. So thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate the feedback. Reach out to me if you need further help, if we need to get more specific with what's going on with you, especially like where Dawn is chasing pain out of the body. You may need some additional mentoring and coaching on that, and I could definitely help you with that. All right, everybody, have a blessed rest of your day. This is going to go back to, if you will, before we jump off, will you guys drop your email down into the chat? And I will send this replay. It's not going to go out as a big broadcast to my entire list. It's going to go out to those that I have emails for. So drop your email in the chat down below, and then I will get the replay out to you. If you don't have an email, I can also send it to you through Facebook Messenger as well. So reach out to me on Facebook. And okay, awesome. Thank you. All right, guys, have a blessed rest of your day and enjoy that open, wonderful, loving heart of yours. Mwah. Take care. Bye.